Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have a 2026 Buick Enclave. We'll look at the interior, exterior, some of the trim level specifics, go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the 2026 Buick Enclave, and this is going to be the full third row SUV from Buick. There's a bunch of really cool vehicles in the lineup. Not a whole lot changed from 25 to 26 though. Basically, they've added a couple different color options, and as well, I believe I was told that the tow package, which used to be an option in 25, is now going to be standard across the board for the 26. So if you're thinking about towing, 5,000 pounds is pretty good. Maybe get you that boat to the lake or anything else that you're hauling around. Now, we're going to have three main trim levels. So we've got kind of our base or regular preferred trim. This is the ST, which is going to be the Sport Touring, and then you go up to the Avenir trim. So that's going to be all the luxury and comfort. So if you're looking for all that, that would be the one to check out there. Now this ST only has one package added in, that's the power package, so we'll touch on that a little bit more when we're on the road, but for now, let's put it in drive, go for a spin around, see what we think. Now let's begin with what powers all of these Buick Enclaves. So there's one engine option, a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. That's gonna be good for about 328 horsepower. So what that means is it's gonna get this thing moving along pretty good. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic, and it's available in either a front wheel drive, or if you're tackling the Minnesota winters like we are, with the all-wheel drive option. And the all-wheel drive, you do sacrifice maybe a little bit of fuel economy, but it's kind of an intelligent all-wheel drive system. So rated about 24 on the highway, this thing's going to try and always help you get the best possible fuel economy when it deems fit. Now you can lock the all-wheel drive on the side over here, and you've also got some drive modes. So if you do want to burn up a little extra gas, you can put it into kind of a sport mode. There's a tow mode, or sort of like an off-road mode, a few different ones you can switch through. So that's a pretty cool way to kind of fine-tune your driving style. But from behind the wheel, I was very surprised. I've spent a little bit of time cruising around this morning. It's very quiet and very comfortable in here. I was amazed at just how quiet it is because it was pouring rain this morning, as you could maybe tell from some of the footage, but it was really quiet and comfortable and pretty easy to drive in the rain. You weren't getting a ton of highway or road noise coming through the vehicle as well, which I always can appreciate. It just kind of seems like a comfortable, nice place to be. Whether that's, 95% of the time just you in the vehicle, if you got the family in there, maybe not everybody is behaving and being a little loud in the back, but if the vehicle's quiet when you get your alone time, that is always very important. Now, speaking of being in the back, this is obviously Buick's third row SUV. So the third row, there's gonna be 3 seats back there, and then we've got 2. This one has the captain's chairs, and then obviously the 2 up front. But in the third row, there's actually quite a bit of room back there. I was surprised, because I'm 6'1", I crawl back there. There's some USB-C charging back there. You got cup holders. There's lots of little comfort kind of things as well. Like I said, that power package makes this a power third row. So if you're not hauling the family around with you, you can click a button, and it will actually just fold those seats down, which is really cool. Now you can also click again and the second row will knock down. So the third row will come back up power, but the second row you kind of have to walk around and pull those seats back up. But like I said, in the third row, which is nice, there is legroom and headroom back there. That second row you can even kind of slide, so if someone needs a little more room in the back, or if they want to be really comfortable, that's where the second row comes in. So what's cool, if the little kiddos want to hop in the car, they can actually press the button down below, and that will kind of fold and slide the seat forward. There's also one on the back of the seat as well, so if you're trapped in the third row and you're yelling to help get out, you can just click that little button. That'll move them in case someone forgot about you back there. But it is nice that you can also fold them flat, and it gives you a pretty large storage area back there, which is really convenient as well. Now that second row, there is going to be another zone climate control for that one. There's also USB-C charging back there, and I think a household plug-in. So if you're looking to keep everything charged up, going on the road trip, heading to the cabin, everybody's going to be nice and happy when you're on the move. Now, where you do want to be, though, is in the driver's seat. So like I said, the quiet and the comfort and luxury of this interior is so cool. There is a 30-inch display. Hear me out, it sounds crazy, but it is so nice. It's so easy to use. Everything is very responsive. There's no weird lag in the system. I have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto in the vehicle, but you've also got Google Assistant built in, which is really cool. So I can say Walser, Buick, GMC, and Bloomington. It will give me directions right there, not only on the infotainment screen, but also on the digital gauge cluster on the other side here. So I can actually click the button on the right side of the steering wheel, kind of show you your regular trip computer stuff, or it also can pull up the maps, so you can keep your maps going on this side right in your line of sight, and then still keep your CarPlay or whatever else you might want on the right side. It's really pretty cool. Then there's just a few other things in the screen here. So text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify with that, or there's also the backup camera. So the backup camera in here is way cool. Maybe the kids left some stuff in the driveway, you're trying to back out of kind of a busy spot. You can click the little camera button here when I'm coming up to the stoplight even, and I can see behind, in front, side to side. Maybe you're trying to look what's going on over there. That is a really cool thing to have, along with the parking sensors in this vehicle. Just makes it really safe and easy when you're on the move. Not to mention all the other safety built into this vehicle. You're gonna have things like blind spot monitoring, there's an adaptive cruise control system, emergency braking. There's so much standard safety in these new Buicks. If you and your family are in the vehicle, obviously you're gonna wanna make sure you're safe, and the Buick Enclave absolutely delivers on that front. Now, some of that stuff you can control right on the screen here. Like I can click that lane departure warning system. I can turn that on or off really easily, or there's a menu you can go in, look through everything. You can even program it with the remote start on the key fob if you want. That will then fire up the heated seats for you. There's so much cool kind of tech stuff in here. It really does make it a nice luxury vehicle when you're on the go. Now, these seats are so good. They are so comfortable. Now, this particular package has the heated seats, so what's really cool is you don't have to go through a menu to get to the heated seats. It's always gonna be right here, stationary on the infotainment display. So you can click to turn those on. The heated steering wheel with the flat bottom, so the ST gets a little bit sportier treatment around the vehicle, as you'd expect from the sport touring trim. So having that flat bottom steering wheel actually finds myself even being more comfortable in the vehicle because of that. And the steering wheel is a little bit thicker, and it just feels great, and it works well with this interior. Not to mention some of the cool treatment on the outside. So the ST has a little bit different grille. This one with the gray and the black trim that goes around the vehicle, it looks really cool. And this one also gets the 20-inch wheels. And these wheels have a really good design to them. It works very nicely with the Enclave. Now, one other thing that's pretty cool, the heads-up display. So I'm going into a speed zone here. It says I have a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's showing me my speed. It can show you some of your cruise control stuff. That's pretty cool, especially being right in your line of sight, so you're not messing with stuff. It all kind of comes together, right? The Apple CarPlay, some of the safety in the vehicle. They want you to be paying attention to the road, especially with the third row SUV, because you might have the kiddos back there who might be kind of causing a ruckus. And the more you can pay attention to the road or have a vehicle being safe when maybe you're not paying attention for a second, is definitely a pretty great and amazing option. Now, one thing that's really cool is kind of underrated, how wide the rear doors open. If you ever load the kids up into the car seat back there, you know, just having that little bit of extra room when everybody's moving around or jumping in the vehicle, that's a pretty cool little thing that kind of comes on this Enclave. And as well, there's lots of little storage spaces in here, or even under the floor in the back. So it's a power lift gate in the back of the vehicle, but once that lift gate's up, you can pick up the little floor thing, and there's even storage under there, whether you want to keep like shoes or anything else you want in the vehicle on a site. That's pretty nice. Plus, even with the third row up, there's still quite a bit of storage room back there. This one also gets the Bose sound system. So if you go up to the Avenir, I think it goes from like an 8 to a 12 speaker system, but I thought this one was awesome. I had some music going earlier. If you got the podcast going, I think the Bose sound system is really good, especially just because of how quiet it is in here. That to me was really the biggest difference. This is a luxury vehicle at maybe not the premium German luxury prices you'd expect. Now, touching on the MSRP, these start around $46,000. This one with the power package that's added in and the special color, I think is about $500, which to me is worth it because it does look really cool. But this one's coming in around $56,000. So the average new car price is about $49,000, I think, in the US right now, but you're getting even more than an average vehicle with this. The quiet, the comfort, the technology, all the luxury built into this vehicle. I mean, there's just a lot to like here. I think the style on the outside is really good as well. Whether it's those cool LED headlights, or kind of even the bar that runs through the back of the vehicle, the style is really great on these Buicks. And you know, maybe that's not something I would have found myself saying 5 or 10 years ago, but I think Buick's making a really good push right now for building some quality vehicles that not only look good, but they perform and they have great technology and safety. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this vehicle. I got a phone call when I was in here and I was telling the person on the phone, I was like, this thing is great. You know, you just maybe didn't expect it or wasn't a vehicle. If you're thinking Honda, Toyota, or you're thinking about going to the Ford, I think the Buick Enclave is absolutely one to add to the list to come out and take for a spin and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and drive at the 2026 Buick Enclave. Now if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.